Hi, Kat here with Standing Stone Kennels, and this is Rogue, which you've seen in quite a few live videos now. And today we've got a really nice warm day, maybe even a hot day. Rogue is already warm, just sitting here waiting for this video to start. So we're going to do her water introduction today. A couple key things to keep in mind is when you're doing your puppy's water introduction is a warm day is always a plus, as well as the water temperature being warm. Your first warm day of the year might not be the best day for your water introduction because that water temperature is still going to be pretty chilly. And then we've laid a lot of the groundwork with her doing retrieving, collar conditioning her to recall. So we've built that drive and that excitement to go chase bumpers, and that's what we're going to use to help get her in the water. A few things that we like to do is just throw a few bumpers just on the edge of the water so she's getting her feet wet, getting comfortable getting wet. Our expectation isn't that she's going to launch out there and swim the first time. You definitely don't want to just chuck your puppy out into the water. That could definitely create a negative association with the water. And we want this to be a fun, exciting part. As you can see, I've got shorts and muck boots on, so I'm also expecting to get a little wet. And going out in the water with her, helping her feel comfortable, is definitely something that I'm willing to do today. And our pond is really nicely set up. It's a nice gradual bottom, so she's not going to have a steep drop off that just surprises her out of nowhere. Last thing, keep in mind, if your puppy doesn't swim the first time you go for a water introduction, don't get disappointed, don't get discouraged. It's a building process. She's not going to be perfect, or your puppy is not going to be perfect at everything every single time. And that's why we're shooting a live video, so that you can see how we work through some of that and encourage her to get out and get wet. But don't get discouraged if the first time you go out for your water introduction your puppy doesn't swim. Nice warm weather, warm water, and setting the stage up for a successful situation is the most important part. So, you ready, Hotsy Totsy, to go get wet? Frog. She didn't have a problem going in after the frog. So, and eating weeds. So we're gonna get her focused on the bumper. Good girl, Rogue. Good girl, Rogue. Ready? She's just tossing one out where she has to get wet, and then vibrating her back to us. Rogue. Rogue. Come on. Here. Rogue. Rogue. Distracted. Come on, Rogue. Okay. Good girl. Atta girl. Here. Here. Rogue. Here. So she's being a little distracted. More distractions than we've had in the past on the collar conditioning. Here. Rogue. Here. Here. Good. So we're still working on the recall. Recall is really important. Even if she's going to drop the bumper, even if she's going to get distracted, I asked her to come to me, so it's important that she finishes that. So, get her focused on another one. Atta girl, Rogue. Good girl. Rogue. Rogue. Right here. Atta girl. Good girl. Yes. So she's not having any hesitation going in. We're going to throw a little longer one. Ready? Ready? She's off the ground swimming. Good girl! Get that bumper, that a girl. Good girl, Rogue. Good girl, here. Rogue, Rogue, Rogue. 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 Right here. Rogue. Doing a little more collar. Here. Rogue. Here. Good girl. So I'm just gonna grab another bumper. I've got a couple other over here. You saw she lost the bottom there and did a little splashing around, but got it figured out and grabbed that bumper. So, playing a little tug of war here. Oh yes. Oh yes, this is a fun game. Oh, good girl. Ready? Ready? Might have been a little too far for her. Go get it. too far for her, not a problem. I tried to get her back out there with a little rock, making a splash, so I'll throw this one shorter for her. She's like, oh yeah, I can get that. She wasn't quite swimming on that one, it was more of a lunge for it. Rogue, Rogue! Here. Rogue here. Rogue. 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 She's feeling a little more collar, redirecting her focus. Rogue. 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 Rogue, right here. Rogue, right here. Rogue. 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 So I turned the collar up. She was still ignoring it. Turned the collar up. Still ignoring it. She's trying to be tough. So I turned it up one little more notch and you saw that vocalization. But what did she do as soon as she vocalized? I turned the collar back to vibrate because I had her full attention. Then she came right to me. So she's being really distracted. We're playing fun bumper retrieving games down here at the pond. There's sticks and there's frogs and there's things to distract her. Ethan's up here, he's a distraction as well. And so we just have to help her through that. And when we were doing her collar conditioning live video, we mentioned that in less controlled environments, higher distraction environments, there's the potential that we're going to use a little more collar pressure. And at that point, she still needs to learn how to shut that collar pressure off by complying with what she already knows. And we got to the point where she was definitely feeling it. She said, oh, felt that. And then I turned the collar right back down to vibrate and she came to me, which is what we want to ultimately see is that, hey, I feel the collar, I comply with the collar. So I'm going to go grab a couple of these bumpers that she's left around the edge of the pond so we can throw a couple more for her. Here's one. Here's one. There you go. And she's swimming. Good girl. Lots of splashing, but she's swimming. Good girl. Rogue. Vibrate right away. Rogue. Here. Rogue. Hey. I know. Those are distracting too. Rogue. 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 So I'm backing up from her so there's some distance between us. Rogue. Rogue. And then keep turning the collar up until she complies. Get your little bumper. We're going to do one more here. She's definitely getting better at going out farther and swimming and feeling more comfortable about that. Good girl. Good. Rogue, right here. Rogue. Good girl. Good hold. Gonna let her hold on to that one. She came right back to me. Praise her a little bit. Let her hold it. Good girl. Good girl. Good. So one last thing I wanted to mention because it was really warm out today. I mean, our phone shut off due to temperature, and our pond temperature water of the water is pretty warm as well. So something to keep in mind is when you're playing a lot of retrieving games, even in the water, and that water temperature warms up, your dog can overheat the same way that he could overheat or she could overheat running in 70-degree temperatures. So keep that in mind. Keep your pond retrieving sessions short as well so that you don't overheat your dog. But that was a great first water introduction for Rogue. She has been down here hanging out with our dogs, splashing around, but she's never swam for us yet. So we're really excited about that today for her. So keep working with your puppy. Don't get discouraged if they don't swim the first time, and check back with us soon for another live video with Rogue.